break the ice between us, I would like to do an interactive. For this interactive, I need one volunteer from the audience. Thank you for your participation. Now, did y'all like the way that I treated her? Do you think that was right? Well, the obvious answer is no. So, if I were to tell you that 60.3 million people are being affected by workplace bullying and treated just like that, would you care? Would that number make you pay attention? According to the 2017 Workplace Bullying Survey, 60.3 million people in America have either experienced workplace bullying, are experiencing it now, have seen it, or know that it exists in their workplace. Workplace bullying is a serious problem, and we need to discuss and talk about it. We shouldn't be afraid to talk about this topic. Today, we will discuss what workplace bullying is, along with many examples. We will also discuss many common negatives associated with workplace bullying. We will also discuss who the common bully often is and different ways to approach and solve workplace bullying. According to an article entitled How to Deal with a Workplace Bully, which was published by the Gundersen Health System, workplace bullying is the continuous, less favorable treatment of an employee by another. This treatment often results in physical or mental harm. It's also important to keep in mind that workplace bullying is considered abusive conduct. This conduct often threatens, humiliates, and intimidates targets. The Gundersen Health System also defined two different types of bullying that often happen in the workplace. First off, the less common type of bullying that happens in the workplace is overt bullying, and this is more on the physical side of things. Overt bullying often includes abusive behavior and language. When I speak about abusive behavior, I'm referring to threatening gestures and actual physical violence. When I'm talking about abusive language, I'm talking about threats, shouting, demeaning remarks, and continuous criticism. The other type of bullying in the workplace that is the most common is the covert bullying, which is more on the mental side. Excuse me. Covert bullying often includes intentional exclusion, such as, no, you go work in the back and the rest of us will work up here. It also includes the withholding of information, such as the time of an important meeting. It also includes high work demands on one specific person, while the rest of the employees just kind of hang back. It also may include the ignoring of a person for no apparent reason. It also includes the undermining of other people's actions and work performance, and also includes the refusal of requests such as reasonable vacation time or sick days. Now let's look at some of the effects of workplace bullying. As you may have guessed, workplace bullying has many effects on a person's health. A lot of these effects include stress, anxiety, panic attacks, trouble sleeping, and higher blood pressure, which could lead to higher anger levels. Workplace bullying also has major effects on a person's performance, which could include decisions becoming hard to make, concentration being wavered, the loss of self-esteem, lower productivity, and loss of time. Workplace bullying also has detrimental effects on employers, not just the victims that are undergoing this type of abuse. There are many effects on employers out there, but the top 4 that I found that I thought were were the most important was that workplace bullying often reduces productivity, creates a hostile environment, has a high turnover rate, and often has risk for legal issues. These top 4 here are some of the main important ones that could really cost an employer a lot of money in the long run. Now that we have talked about the effects on the people being bullied and the employers, let's take a look at who the most common bully is. And the answer to this might surprise some of you. According to the scholarly article, Making Sense of Supervisor Bullying, Perceived Powerlessness and Powered Possibilities by Pamela and Virginia, supervisor workplace bullying is the most common type of bullying in the United States. Another article entitled Active and Passive Accomplices, The Communal Character of Workplace Bullying by Gary and Pamela, stated that when organizational members, whether they're in a supervisory position or not, are often bullying with accomplices, and it stated 2 different types of accomplices that often happen in the workplace. The first type of accomplices that might be helping the main bully in the workplace is active accomplices. Active accomplices are often associated with the term mobbing. Mobbing refers to a group level involvement in the bullying that is happening. Mobbing is when group members often imitate the main, like the leader, the bully, the group members imitate the leader. The other type of accomplices is passive accomplices. It's important to keep in mind that these are not bystanders. Passive accomplices often encourage the bully's behavior by siding with them, laughing at their jokes, and also excluding the targets. So even though these passive accomplices are not physically themselves bullying the target, they are indirectly bullying the target by encouraging the main bully's behavior. I would now like to transition over and discuss what can be done about workplace bullying. An article released on the Huffington Post website entitled 8 Steps to Take to Stop Bullying in Your Workplace by Margaret stated positive steps that a person in a management position can do in order to make and maintain a bullying-free workplace. Some of these steps included getting informed about what workplace bullying is and who is the most common to perform the workplace bullying in the workplace. It also included knowing who the potential targets are. For example, if you know that one employee is a little more introverted than the other, she may be more prone to be bullied than some of the other people. It also stated that a person in a management position should not take complaints lightly, that they should focus on job performance and keep everything work related, and that they should also have serious training for everyone in the organization related to workplace bullying. Another scholarly article that really tied into the whole training step was Seeking Civility Among Faculty by Cynthia. And it stated that top managers should define desired behavior, explain the consequences of not portraying that behavior, and address the people who are the root of the problem. As a top manager in your organization, you should not feel afraid to talk about workplace bullying, and you should not feel afraid to confront the bullies in your organization, despite what rank they hold, despite what job that they do. The book entitled How the Way We Talk Can Change the Way We Work, 7 Languages of Transformation by Robert and Lisa, encourages both regular employees and specifically managers on the subject of responsibility in the workplace. You, as a top manager in your organization, it is your responsibility to take responsibility for the workplace bullying that is happening. Different ways that you can take responsibility include doing what you said you would do in the first place. For example, we all have had New Year's resolutions, and I am confident that we have all broken many New Year's resolutions. In the workplace, when dealing with workplace bullying, you cannot treat what you said about workplace bullying like a New Year's resolution. You have to do what you said you were going to do. Otherwise, it makes you look like you're not taking the situation seriously. It's also important to know that responsibility goes beyond taking the blame. For example, you can come to work every day and say, yes, I know that we have a bullying problem here and I need to do something about it. But if you don't do anything about it, then again, it looks like you're not taking the situation seriously. In other words, you need to reflect and solve the workplace bullying. Overall, you do not want to be part of the 72%. Going back to the 8 Steps article, there was a survey done where 72% of past bullied employees said that their managers did nothing about the situation, even when it was brought to their attention. You do not want to be a part of that 72%. You want to go from taking the blame to taking responsibility. You as a top manager, you have the biggest impact. You control what is happening below you. We have discussed what workplace bullying is and that it can often have negative effects on the suffering targeted employees and also the organizations that they work for. We have also discussed that supervisor bullying is the most common type of bullying, but that does not mean that you or other top supervisors above them cannot take action. There are many sources out there, including some of the brief ones presented in this presentation, that can help top management take on the battle against workplace bullying. However, top management must first be informed and must be ready to go from blame to responsibility. Yes, it will take some practice, and the battle against workplace bullying will feel as if it will never end. However, when it does, the victory will be sweet, and you will feel proud knowing that you made an impact, that you made your workplace safe for America's tomorrow.